Welcome to our paper, Object Detection with Self-Supervised Scene Adaptation in CVPR 2023. One of the many applications of object detection is scene object detection. It can be used for many cases such as traffic, safety camera, surveillance, and catering. On those cases, we usually have a fixed scene camera and a relatively stationary background. However, to train a detector from scratch, we need to collect data and label the objects. That is very expensive. What we desire is that we can train a generic object detector on existing data and deploy to every new scene. However, in many situations, this generic detector can fail because the scenes can be very different from the training data. For example, in a new scene, there can be very small objects. The objects can only be partially visible. There can be difficult lighting conditions and there can be very heavy object occlusion. All these scene-specific issues cause us performance drop. The generic detector needs to adapt to the scenes to reduce this drop without the need of labeling new data. In this paper, we aim to solve this scene adaptation object detection problem by making two main contributions. First, we designed an object detection framework specifically for scene adaptation. It does not require human annotation on the new scenes. We will use a generic detector to train itself. It also utilizes special features of scene adaptation to reduce the performance drop. And second, we compose a large-scale and diverse scene adaptation object detection dataset called Scenes 100 to enable researchers in this area to develop and evaluate their methods. Scene adaptation object detection can be seen as a special case of domain adaptation. The main difficulties are the same. First, the distributed shift in data causes performance drop. And second, target domain or scenes usually lack reliable annotations for training. There is already a lot of research work on this problem, especially in recent years. However, we found that scene adaptation is special because it has its uniqueness. Those unique features are commonly overlooked. First, a camera is usually fixed after installation, so the background is stationary. Second, instead of having a set of separate images, we have a sequence of temporarily created frames from the video stream. Third, because all the data comes from the same scene, it has less variance. This can hurt the model's generation ability. Our proposed framework mitigates those new unique challenges and utilizes these features. Let me explain. The input of the model is a video stream from a fixed scene camera with no annotation. We also have a set of unadapted base detectors. They are trained on the source domain dataset, for example, MS-COCO. The first step of the pipeline is to generate a set of pseudo-annotation bounding boxes for training. We first run the base detectors, and then track the detected objects in both forward and backward directions. Using more than one detector here makes use of model ensemble. Then, all the boxes from the detection and tracking are aggregated, the low-score boxes are discarded, and the duplications are removed. After having those pseudo-bounding boxes, in the second step, in order to expand the dataset, we copy-paste different pseudo-labeled objects among different frames. Because the background is stationary, we retain the positions of the boxes, so the mixed-up images has very little artifacts. This greatly improves the detection performance. In the third step, we further boost the performance by extracting the background information of the scenes dynamically. Because in different frames, different parts of the background are exposed, we can integrate them and compose a complete background image. We then can subtract the background from the image to get the object mask. This mask contains well-defined object boundaries, so it is beneficial for detection. We designed the Fusion farsight CNN architecture. The object mask is an additional input channel to increase the detection precision. We still use the standard farsight CNN losses to train this Fusion network. After the training process, we obtain two models. One is, of course, the trained Fusion farsight CNN network. And second is the background model. We use the latest background image for inference. At the inference time, the input is only the unlabeled images. We also subtract the background from them and feed both the original images and the object mask into the trained fusion farsa CNN to get the detection bounding boxes. There is no existing object detection dataset suitable for scene adaptation, so we collect and annotate 100 videos from the internet and compose this Scenes 100 dataset. To our knowledge, it is the first video object detection dataset for scene adaptation. It is highly diverse with all kinds of locations, environments, object types, and lighting conditions. The videos are very long, so each scene has enough data for the adaptation training. We provide sufficient annotations for the evaluation of the methods. Our framework works really well on Scenes 100. We look at the gain of mean average precision after adaptation. On this video of an intersection, the adaptation process improves the mean average precision by about 8 points. Many of the hard objects that were missed by the base detectors are now identified. On this video of a highway bridge, the improvement is almost 10 points. On all the videos, our framework obtains an average improvement of about 4 points. The performance is mostly consistent among the scenes. One good thing about our framework is that it does not require much tuning. The same set of hyperparameters are used for all the videos in the dataset. Comparing to domain adaptation baselines, our method leads by a large margin. Among the different components of our framework, the pseudo-labeling process is the starting point and the basis of other components. Both the tracking and model ensemble contribute to the performance. Location-aware mix-up and object mask fusion are possible only because they exploit the unique features of scene adaptation. They are both beneficial. Object mask fusion improves the performance greatly. Please read our paper and the supplementary material for more ablation study results. In summary, we propose an object detection framework that can adapt to different scenes effectively without any human annotation. We also collected and published a dataset for everyone who is interested in this scene adaptation object detection problem to train their methods and evaluate the results. Please visit our project page to download our dataset and run our code. Please talk with us at our post session. Thank you.